Alright, Luke. You're finished. He's already beaten my dragon? No. Okay, but looks like I can't defeat fate. Fate? Stop talking stupid. You've taken a lot of lives and we can't forgive you. Hey, they even remembered my final party. Nice. Let's go, Hugo. But this guy... See, we're outside. We'll be safe. Can't do anymore. Let's go! Well, it's all ending for you, Luke. Ha 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 ha. Silly, silly boy. No. Ah, man. Ugh. Oh, hey, Sarah. Well, Mr. Luke. Mr. Luke, are you okay? Sarah. I collected the runes, but I couldn't finish it. It's gonna take my soul. Luke. And these ruins are crumbling. Sarah, if you don't run away, that's all for our relationship. You must go. No. Rather than 1 million lives, I've chosen you. Sarah. Well, do you want to get it on once before we die? Yeah. I was living on my own, and even if nobody really wanted to use my power, but you changed that, Luke. Yes, and I wanted your power. That's okay. That's what's important to me. Just all the happiness you brought me, Luke. And I will accept my punishment. But you... Sarah? Sarah! Thank you. You saved my soul. Alright, so that's all for Suikoden 3. Can we get the credits in English? Probably not. Oh, really? Wow. Why wasn't the rest of the game in English? Well, anyway, this was the first Suikoden game that I ever played. And, I don't know, I think it's still my favorite one, just because it's the first one I played. I mean, I think that's why a lot of people find Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy III on the SNES to be their favorite, or Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation, because that's the first one they played. Those weren't the first ones I played, so I really don't care for them. The only thing that was kind of annoying was the strategy battles. I mean, they were really, really long, and they could be complicated because you still can have characters die off if they get killed in battle for good, and that would be bad because you won't be able to get Luke's story and everything like that, so you have to be careful of that. And they were just really long, and I don't know, not that fun, but I mean, I think pretty much the same thing of Suikoden 2. I mean, those battles are really long, they're really not that fun or anything. I think the game would have been still as good without them, but I don't know. And also, it was kind of long going through 3 separate stories for 3 chapters. I mean, it was fine, but still it added a lot of girth to the game. And it also meant that you didn't really go out of your way to recruit as many characters, which, I mean, that's one of the more fun parts of Suikoden, I think. Like Suikoden 2 and 1, there were a huge amount of characters you could miss if you didn't recruit them, but in this game, it's, you know, I think at least 2/3 or maybe even 3/4 of the characters you just get automatically. And the graphics were good, I guess. I mean, better looking games on the PlayStation 2, but it was fine. I mean, we don't need a realistic cutscene every single time and then go back to sort of more average looking graphics like, say, Final Fantasy X or something like that. The music was fine, didn't really notice it one way or another. And the battle system was a little bit different than Suikoden 2. You could only give commands to each one of your groups, so like, you know, you only gave 3 commands instead of 6, which made the battles go a little bit faster, but I guess that played into more of strategy of how you're going to set up your characters. So like if you have 2 really good magic users, you don't want to have them in the same group because then only one of them will be able to cast a spell per round. And then they also had the auto battle, which is fine, and then the letting go of weak enemies, which is really, really helpful. So you don't have to, you know, waste time with that when you're not going to get anything for it. Also, they introduced the skill system here, which was really good, I think. I like that. So, yeah, there was actually some point of going around and fighting some enemies, getting skill points so you could raise really useful stuff like swing or damage or whatever, or even your spells. So you're able to cast them faster. Oh yeah, and going back to the battle thing, one annoying thing about that was that your character's ability in battle depended on their stats and their skills, so, you know, especially the last couple of battles, if you don't level up your characters enough and get their skills up, get their weapons up, then it's going to be pretty hard, and that's kind of annoying to have to do that. But I guess one good thing is that this game did make you use more of your characters than the other ones. I mean, in Suikoden 2, you had to use certain characters at certain points of the game for storyline purposes and things like that, but here you were split up into 3 groups most of the game, and then you had to split up into 3 groups at the end of the game too. And even during chapter 5, when you got your runes taken away from you, you had to be split up into different parties. And yeah, you got to see how a lot of characters were useful, which was nice. And so yeah, I really like Suikoden 3. But one other kind of annoying thing was traveling the map. I mean, you had to go through places over and over and over and over again. Like Brass Castle, that's just annoying to go through. I mean, it's so long. Or like the Zexen Woods, or Plain Amour, Yaza Plains. I mean, you go through those so many times. But at least they changed the enemies on you, so it's sort of interesting. And so this is about as far as I've played in the Suikoden series. So one, I think Let's Playing was the first time I ever played Suikoden 1, and then 2, I've played that before Let's Playing it, and then 3 I've also played before, once. But I do have Suikoden 4 and 5, and I do intend on playing them. I'll start playing Suikoden 4 right after this. Apparently that's the bad game, so I've heard. I don't know. Never played it, but apparently that's the game that turned off a lot of fans, and then Suikoden 5 came out, and I heard that was pretty good, but it didn't get a lot of popularity because apparently Suikoden 4 was so bad. I don't know. Alrighty. So can I save my game so I can carry it over to Suikoden 4? Can I? Can I? Because I don't know where I need to carry my save file over. Oh, we have another little scene here. Oh, it's Leknot! Yeah, so playing Suikoden 3 first, it was kind of confusing about Leknot. I didn't know she was such an important character in the series. Oh, you've come back. That's nice. See, I told you so, Luke. The Ring of Fate is very heavy. Turning it with the power of humans is very, very difficult. But I'm not saying that it's impossible. Luke, you challenged the gods, and you were going to take 1,000,000 lives, but I forgive you. So I pray for your soul, Luke. My follower, my child. I hope you have a good sleep. So, the 108 stars, we have done stuff. That was the power of people. The power to move fate. Is that Sarah, too? Luke, get back here! Where is Leknot's house? What? I forget. We went there in Suikoden 1. It's like north of Greg Minster, isn't it? Somewhere around there. Fan. Whoa, what happened to Sarah? She's like... Oh, I think Luke grew up. Maybe? Or is... Wait, what? It's Leknot, Sarah, and Luke. Yay! Isn't that sweet? Alright, so that's all for Let's Play Suikoden 3. I will see you next time to start Suikoden 4. See you later.